What's up, guys? So you all wanted to see me paint this painting, yeah? So today I came outdoors in this beautiful sunny day, and I'm going to show you how can you paint the exact same thing, right? So actually this is the place from Kolkata, right? The Victoria Palace. Just surfing the internet and I came across this photo, and it is very important whenever you are using a reference photo in and trying to convert it into painting. There are few things you always need to keep in mind, and as we are going to paint, I will talk you through the process of painting, right, and sketching as well. So let us start right away. Let me just pull out the reference photo. Okay, I don't know you can see this or not because it's quite sunny out here. So this is the photo. Okay, so this is the Palace of Kolkata. I have never been to Kolkata before, so many of you who are from Kolkata definitely recognize this place. And I was going to do this sketchbook tour, but you guys wanted me to paint this, right? So let us start right away. I'll not show you the sketches, yeah? Okay, so let us start by drawing the outline. It is very important to mark the edges. Of course, you can use the tapes, but I'm not using the tape. And by the way, guys, all the drawing materials which I have, this is specifically for travel edition, which I customized it. Little bit modified than the previous one, since I wanted a compact version, just like to paint outdoors like this, and maybe in the cafes or the airports, right? So let us start right away. So let us start by drawing the horizon. Okay, this is going to be the horizon, and now it is very important to keep the composition element in mind. Of course, since in the reference photo it is exactly in the center, right? And I don't want it to be in exactly the center, so I will be doing little bit off center drawing to make it more interesting. And whenever you are drawing or painting anything, always make sure that you have a focal point. That is very important to draw the eye of the observer, so you always have a focal point. So just going to roughly draw, and again, if you see the reference photo, it has got so many details. You are going to get confused if you just go into too many details. So you always make sure that you simplify your painting, because I see many of you making it very complex. So again, just a rough indication of the palace, the outline of the palace is what I am trying to draw. Again, not going into detail. Here is going to be some trees. So as you can see, I'm not at all going into details, and again, you always have to have some elements. For example, let us say you are going for trekking, and you went on a mountain. You just see the view, and you can see the far away mountains, right? Those are blue in color. So the same thing works over here as well. The atmosphere, it also works. And again, whatever is closer to you, whatever objects which are closer to you, they are always going to appear dark and in detail, and whatever it is far away, it is going to be little bit blurred, not so detailed, and again it is going to capture all the atmospheric colors, right? So this is going to be the blue, and whenever you are, this is going to be my foreground element, which is the tree. This is the middle ground, and this is going to be the background. Let us draw the lake. Like I said, not very detailed sketch. So this is the rough sketch you could see. Let us paint now, right? Let us start to paint. So first of all, I am going to pre-wet the surface, and again I just forgot to bring some container to fill this water, so I'm just going to be painting like this. So I'm going to invert the painting, little bit wet the surface. Okay, once this is wet, see, let me just adjust this. I'm going to come up with cerulean blue, a very light wash, a very light wash I'm going to apply. That is going to be my intention. And again, whenever you are painting, you always make sure that you capture it in your mind first, right? Whatever you are painting, you should always have a clear picture in your mind. So as this dries up, we'll just have to wait a little bit for this to dry up. And what I can do is, so since this is going to be the lake, I can also paint this. So let us again invert the painting, little bit wetting the surface, coming up with again blue shade, just to give this a sky color. Now the sky has become little bit dark, so I'm going to lift up little bit of paint to make it more light. I forget the rough cloth as well, so I'm just using my t-shirt. And again, you should understand that watercolors tend to dry and leave a fade mark, right? So they are not going to be as bright as you see over here. So as it is a little bit moist, let us paint these trees and the palace as well. So I'm coming up with again cerulean blue and little bit of violet. So that is going to be the color of the palace, right? Just maintaining a very good consistency. Going to be little careful. The brush which I am using, it is the squirrel hair brush. You can see the color is little moist, but I wanted a very sharp edge. But let it be, we can touch up later on as well. Since this is quite far, I'm not getting into details at all. Let us bring the same color over here. Let us paint some trees, bringing in Payne's grey and sap green. One tip I can give you is, whenever you are painting green elements, right, so you always use sap green instead of any other green, because sap green gives the natural green color. Now again, using the atmosphere, like I said, this was quite far, so it is blue. As we are coming closer to the observer, it is going to be green. So this is little bit adding green. These are the trees and the bushes. Let us add little bit of green, sap green. Again, I am using sap green over here. Guys, I'm trying to paint this at one go. Right, so as you can see, let it blend over here, it doesn't matter. Again, pulling the same color. bringing in the same color. Let us pick up sap green. You see how easy it is to paint. Is using wet on wet technique, adding little bit of red Indian, that is the red shade. Again let us pick up sap green, more sap green. Since we are getting closer and closer, so let us add more greens. Right, so this is going to be the pathway. Okay, now let us paint the reflection over here. The greens are always hard to paint actually, because they always tend to leave the mark over here. Now let us paint the palace again, going up with the same color cerulean blue and little bit of violet. Let us bring down the same. I'm just trying to coming with the reflection, just following the same outline roughly. Okay, so this is going to be the reflection. We can little bit soften the edge using a moist squirrel hair brush. Bring in with so this is going to be the reflection of it, and now we have to again use the same paint. The same paint which we used for the palace, we are coming up with this. Let it merge. This is going to be the pathway. So I believe this is the palatial gardens over here. I don't know, never been to Kolkata before. So anyone who has actually visited this place, let me also know how the area is, right? And now if you see this white edge, right, so we are going to use Payne's gray and blue, and going to be filling up little bit of shadows. So that's it. So around 90% of the painting is already done. Let me just add little bit of this dark shade over here, coming in with 100% Payne's gray. The Payne's gray, like I said, it is from Winsor and Newton, right? This is not from the Camlin. I have mentioned it in my very previous video. Payne's gray, one of my very favorite color. This is going to be the darkest element. I can also use black. Just free brush strokes indicating the very closest tree. Right, so this is, as you can see, let it dry for a while, and then we can also add little bit of detailed elements. So more or less you got the idea of how I painted this painting. It's very easy, just little bit of touch up to this. I'll add some blue. Like I said, the watercolors tend to what you can say, they tend to fade away as they dry. Yeah, so I'll just touch up with some elements. I'll just darken these areas, and this is like 95% done, guys. So hope you like this painting, and I'll show you the previous one as well, the original one, and it is exactly the same. The only difference is adding little bit of details like people and the shadows. Let me just pull up the previous painting. Right, so this was the original one. This is we painted right now. Right, so I'll just come up, just brighten up this area over here since it is closer. Let me just do it right now. I'll just come up with the Payne's gray and little bit of blue. Using Indian red, little bit of red also. Right, so that is it, guys. Hope you like the tutorial. Try to keep this as short as possible, and as you can see the position over here, how I'm painting, and just using this single brush. Right, I have completed this painting. So hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you next time.